Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. What's up, guys? It's Zinho. Welcome back to the channel. Obviously, the channel's got a new name, artxlaff, and that's because I wanted to change up the name and make it something that's more accessible. Because even though I do go by Zinho, like myself, but I also go by Laff. That's what my friends call me. So I figured I'd change the name, and it's still something that's personal, but it's, like I said, more accessible, more user-friendly, you know. So that's what happened. But moving on, welcome back. We've got Chill Digital Painting Session number 11. I should really just check before I start these videos, but let's just go 11. I think that's where we're at, number 11. I started this piece thinking that I was gonna do like another dude walking, almost like a runway. Not that I look at it and I remember what I was thinking when I started it. Almost like a runway, and he's got some trendy fashion pieces on. But in the end, that's not the way this piece went, which is what usually happens anyway. When I'm doing these, I'll start with an idea, but then it still kind of morphs and evolves and changes, and that's because sometimes it's just the idea wasn't ever really 100%. It was just like the start of it, but also it's just what's going on in life as well at the moment. Things happen, and then the ideas kind of change, you know, the execution kind of changes. So that was the start of this piece, was like this fashion scene, but still with the central visual of having that like skylight / window in the back that's shining through, and then the rest of it is just kind of, you know, darkness, empty. But anyway, let's get into what's going on in the time lapse. So started with detailing the sky, you know, or the open scenery in the back. I say open, it's a pretty small little window into the sky behind. But yeah, we got the palm trees, just like the open air, you know, outside, which I think of as just the world, you know, the world outside, where life is happening, so to speak. So yeah, we're just detailing the palm trees, trying to make them like as realistic as we can remember. Because you see palm trees, or I do anyway, where I live, see palm trees all the time, and then as soon as it's time to draw one, paint one, you're like, or I'm like, what do they look like again? Where do I start? You know. But I think I ended up doing a pretty good job. I looked up a couple reference photos just to have different ideas of like which kinds I wanted to make as well, because there are different types and they look a little bit different. So now that we've got that, just shaping up the shape of the skylight / window. I still don't know what it's called. And then, you know, putting in the clouds. I have this like weird obsession with clouds. I just love clouds. I think, well, maybe I just like clouds against the backdrop of course, like the blue sky. I think that's a really beautiful, like, you know, image. But so I'm really into having clouds in a lot of the pieces I do. So detailing out the clouds, I thought about adding a couple birds, but that didn't pan out. And I think it just looks kind of clean and simple without the birds. Just the sky and the palm trees, and you can imagine it's warm and there's a little bit of a breeze, whatever, and it's a beautiful day. So now moving on to my man, who's got on some nice slacks, some nice pants, and he's walking down wherever this is, because I don't know where it is, what it is. It's kind of just like a void, sort of, and then there's just this window into the world behind him. I was angling towards more like some fashion scene, and so that's why he's kind of got like the shirt that he's got on right now, and then obviously that changes in the end. But so I went through this like trial and error trying to figure out what he's gonna wear. I had this idea of the shirt I wanted to paint, but that I wasn't really like vibing with what was coming out of the brush strokes there. So later I decided to change it. But now I'm just figuring out the lighting, like what the effects the lights or the light source is gonna have on his clothing. Now he's got on, or he had on, a black shirt, button down. Now he's got a white button down, and I'm working through how it should look if I'm gonna stick with this, which I'm not, but I just was like struggling right here because I didn't really know how to execute like the idea I had, and I was just, at this point I was like, should I just scrap this whole piece? Like, it was that deep. I was thinking about just scrapping the whole piece. I didn't want to even continue, but we pushed on, and I'm glad I did. And this piece, even though I did it fairly quickly, by the end, which maybe that happens with other artists, is you start to just want to be done with the piece, as much as you want to keep like adding details and making it the best you can. That's all good, but then at least for me, sometimes I just go, yeah, I'm ready to be done with this, and I get just excited about the next thing. So at the end, it's just kind of like, all right, are we done yet? I'm kind of tired of looking at the same thing, so to speak, and like struggling to make it perfect. So there's a bit of that too. But now we're kind of settling into what he's really gonna have on, and which is this black kind of sweatshirt kind of thing, and we're going for it, and starting to add highlights and trying to put the whole picture together, because now I'm settled. I'm like, okay, this is what he's wearing. I'm not trying other outfits on, okay? But yeah, this was kind of what was going on. I was like, all right, I'm settling on this. He's wearing this. Let's just make it like this. So got the highlights on where, I think I'm settling on where I'm gonna have them and how I'm gonna do it. So I just kind of move on to the shoes, and of course I'm kind of obsessed with the Jordan 1s right now, I guess, or maybe it's just I think they're cool to paint and put into my pieces. But so he's got some Jordan 1s on, the black and white. I think I was trying to portray the diamond ones. Yeah, the black and white. Something else I struggled with a lot is the face, because the whole time I was thinking of this and starting to like put the painting together. I had no idea what he was gonna look like. Where's his face? What's his face look like? I don't know. And at first that didn't worry me, but then as I got close to being done and I had everything done except his face. I was like, well, what's his face? What does he look like? Who can I use someone as a reference photo? Like for a face? I don't know, because I don't want him to look like any particular like one person. But I just didn't know where the face was gonna come from, even though I had like an outline of just the eyes and nose and mouth, but not, like what was he gonna look like the personality in the face. And I tried like a bunch of things. Some of it didn't, I edited out. And then eventually I was just like, his eyes are closed, okay, and he's just like real pensive, and that's the vibe. Because like the backstory to this too, or I guess I should say that one of the things that influenced how this turned out is, like I said, like just what's going on in life. And that's kind of why the title of this video is what it is as well, is because April was a really rough month, personally. So this piece kind of took on a more personal meaning, a more personal connection. So in a way, which usually happens anyway when I draw like some anonymous person, it's really like a painting of me in some way anyway, and or I should say a representation of me. So yeah, April was a rough month, like I was saying, and the feelings in this painting are kind of echoed by just what I'm going through, have been going through, and how I'm feeling. And this is just one of those periods or times where I'm thinking about, letting go, letting things go, letting people go, and just accepting what comes, and not really worrying too much. Anyway, trying to not worry so much about things that you can't control, and just focus on the things that you can, which even though it's hard, one of the things that you can't control is how you react to things and how you move forward. So that's what it is. But all in all, I appreciate you guys that are watching, those of you who are watching, and hope that this continues for the rest of the year. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, even though I don't tweet, but sometimes I'll put the newest piece that I've done up on there. All those links will be down below, my socials. And like I said, subscribe, like, comment, very much appreciated if you do. And I'll see you guys on the next one.